What is up, guys? We're here at Computex 2025 and we're hanging out with Be Quiet. Of course, the booth is right behind me. So let's get in there and check out some of their new products. ThinkComputers Computex 2025 coverage is brought to you by ASUS, TRYX, MSI, Cooler Master, ASRock, Be Quiet, and InWin. Now let's get into the video. Now we'll go ahead and start here with AIOs. So we have two new AIOs here. We have the Pure Loop 3 LX and just the normal Pure Loop 3. So the LX is the more flashy version here, and this is going to have all RGB lighting. So all of our fans are going to have RGB lighting, and then the actual pump block here is going to have RGB. It's just yellow right now. But the really cool thing about the pump block here, this is not a screen or anything like that. It's just lighting, and they have these little inserts here. So it's actually going to ship with all of these different inserts, and you can choose which one you like, and then you put it on here. This is just a cover, and the cover comes off and you can go ahead and swap it out. Really easy to go ahead and do that. Now the LX version will come in a 360 that they're showing here, but you'll also be able to get it in a 240 millimeter version. Now the 360 is going to be about $129, and moving over to just the normal Pure Loop 3, as you can see, this is sort of like the all blacked out version, no RGB lighting, no RGB fans. The pump block is just a normal pump block, no lighting on it at all. And this one will be available, they're showing it here in a 280, so you can get it in a 280, a 240, and a 360. The 360 millimeter version of this one will be about $115. You should expect to be able to pick these up sometime in August. One thing Be Quiet is doing that is pretty interesting is they're actually making these really cool stands here for their Lightbase 900, which actually puts it up in this kind of orientation. Let me actually move over to the one that has the system in it, and you can see the orientation that you're going to get. Really interesting, and definitely not something you see every day, just having your system in this type of orientation. Of course, all of your cables will come out the bottom, and in these you can see they have a cutout here that you would route all your cables through nice and easily. Now you can see we have two wood ones, a darker wood and a lighter wood, and then you can get it in the metal with the whites and the black. Now there's no word, on when these will come out, kind of just showing them off, seeing if people like them. But would you put your Lightbase 900 on its side like this and in this type of orientation? Let me know in the comments. Be Quiet did recently enter the keyboard realm with their dark mounts and light mounts keyboards. So this is the dark mount. This is essentially the flagship keyboard, and you're not going to be able to hear it, but it is one of the quietest keyboards that I've ever used. Like, you just can't hear anything, which is one of the things I absolutely love about this. Now, this does have a full keyboard layout with a number pad here, and this is actually a detachable number pad, so you can take it from this side and actually put it on the opposite side, which is really cool. And you are getting customizable keys right here, so you can customize these with the software, make them shortcuts, make them things very much like a Stream Deck, but it's all right here. Also, you have your multimedia panel right here. So this multimedia panel, of course, you can control multimedia, you can display things here, and we'll move over to the other side and I'll show you more of what it can do. If you haven't guessed, this is a mechanical keyboard, and you can get it in both tactile and linear switch options. And here is the light mount, which essentially is like the little brother to the dark mount. Now it is a full-size keyboard, but we don't have the detachable number pad. We just have an attached number pad here. The keyboard is a little bit smaller. We don't have those really cool multimedia keys either. And for the RGB lighting, we do have like a lighting element on the top edge of the keyboard, as you can see here, but it doesn't go around the whole keyboard like we saw on the dark mount. Same thing though, it is incredibly quiet, and we don't have the multimedia element with a screen. We just have the knob here. Both the Lightbase and Darkbase are currently available now. I know there's not a ton of inventory, but Be Quiet has said they're getting a lot more inventory in very soon. Along with keyboards, Be Quiet is going to be introducing some mice here probably around August. So we have the Dark Perk Ergo and then the Dark Perk Sim. The Ergo, of course, is going to be your ergonomic mouse, mostly for right-hand people. And then the Sim is going to be your symmetrical mouse. Use right hand or left hand if you want to, because it is a symmetrical mouse. Now, these are lightweight gaming mice, so only 55 grams. You can actually see the cutouts there that make it really, really light. On the bottom there, we have our sensor, which is the Pixart PAW3950. It is a 32K DPI sensor right there. And we have our mouse feed, which of course are 100% PTFE glide skates there. And these actually feel really, really good in the hand. They are going to be 8,000 hertz pulling rate, whether you use it wired or wirelessly. And talking about the wire, this is a really lightweight cable, which I like. But one thing they've done, it's kind of hard to see, but the cable actually lifts up right here. So on a lot of these, even if it's wireless, the cable, it drags. So this actually prevents that from happening. Now, I don't have any word on pricing on these, but like I said, you should be able to pick them up sometime in August. So that wraps it up here for Be Quiet at Computex 2025. Let me know what your favorite product was, and of course, check out our dedicated Computex 2025 page, which I will have linked in the description. See you guys in the next video.